Disclaimer: the information shared on this podcast is intended for educational and inspirational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional advice, diagnosis, or treatment. We are not licensed therapists, counselors, or medical professionals, and the content shared here should not be taken as mental health, medical, legal, or financial advice. Always consult with a qualified professional regarding any mental health, emotional, or personal development issues you may be facing. Listening to this podcast does not create a professional relationship. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests are their own and do not represent any official organizations or affiliations. While we aim to offer support and encouragement, your personal growth journey is your own, and you are responsible for any decisions or actions you take based on the content of this podcast. Listener discretion is advised for sensitive topics. Thank you for joining us, and remember you're not alone on this journey.
Universe of You. Welcome to Season 3! Heal and Hustle. Because you shouldn't have to choose between peace and progress.
So, we spoke about hustling, we spoke about healing. Now let's strike the balance and talk about self-discipline.
Let's be real, okay? If motivation actually worked, you would have already been the best version of yourself who wakes up at 5 a.m., reads one entire book a day, hits the gym 5 times a week, prays, journals, has built their career,
and then somehow they still have time to make their perfect smoothies for the perfect Instagram picture.
So what do you do, when you're tired, when you're lost, when you're unmotivated, when you still have to show up?
What's the answer? It's discipline.
And we're not talking about the whole hustle culture, burnout type of discipline. Okay, we're talking about real, actual self-love discipline that does not exhaust you, that builds system, that protects your peace and gets you to your goals.
So, we all have that one common question. Why does motivation fail? What is the answer to that?
Motivation is a feeling in a way.
And you can't rely on feelings.
Exactly, it's unstable.
And feelings really, unstable and dynamic as well. It
True.
Depends on your mood, how you feel, your environment. There's so many factors that are just there behind your one mood, your one feeling. But
Absolutely.
discipline is something, it's like a decision you make. And it's a choice. So you choose between to wake up at 5 a.m. or not to wake up at 5 a.m. That's
Yes.
your decision. If you choose it, if you choose to go ahead to wake up at 5 a.m., you are disciplined enough. But
Exactly.
if you still choose that you want to sleep and wake up at 12 p.m. or something, that's a choice you made.
Exactly. Discipline is making the same choice over and over and over again. You consciously choose that.
And you're happily doing it, not forcing yourself to do it.
Trust me, sometimes initially it is going to feel
Initially,
forced.
yes.
It will feel forced, and that is why it is so important to keep choosing it, especially in the initial stages. Because
Yeah.
later on, then as Dia said, you can happily do it.
Because it's like, it's building a building, basically. The foundation has to be strong.
Yes.
In order for the bricks to stand strong. So, again, it's gonna be really difficult in the beginning. You will have to force at times. But once you start making it like your everyday routine, you enjoy, you start living in it, and you see that the choice you made is like making a good change in your life, you will feel like doing it again.
Absolutely. The gap between who you want to be and what you say you will do, is what causes the guilt and the self-shame. Because we all have that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be that, blah, 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 all the great things in the world.
Yeah.
And we end up doom scrolling. We're sitting on our beds, doing nothing, we're procrastinating. And then we have this, the guilt and the self-shame within ourselves. Oh my God, I promised I'd do that, but I didn't. And that will create another cycle of where you, to escape that feeling, you doom scroll even further.
Yes.
People say, oh, I'll eat healthy and everything. And then you see the tub of ice cream in the fridge when you're just getting cold water. The next thing you know, you have finished half the tub of your ice cream while watching your favorite show.
Yeah.
And then you feel bad for eating so much, so that you finish the rest of it as well.
That might as well just finish the entire thing that I ate half of it. But I mean, I don't know if a lot of us realize that when we say we want to become this, we want to do this, it's all wants, it's never needs. Because wants are something you can live without.
Yes.
And that is why a lot of people be like, I want to be this. But if they don't be that, they're fine with it. They have another option, like a backup or something. But when your wants turn into a need, like I need to do this, I need to be this, it changes your entire perspective on how you're living your life. Like even for us, for the podcast, we are like, we need to meet, we need to discuss, we need to do this, so that we accomplish this.
Exactly. It's like we cannot function or move forward without doing it.
Yeah, so you need to first of all turn your, like, obviously identify your wants and turn those wants into needs. Not all of them, but the ones which are required and which you think are your priorities right now. Turn them into your needs and work on them, not everything at once. When you multitasking is a really good thing, it's a skill a lot of people have but can't really function well with it.
Yes.
They get very overwhelmed. But if you are someone who wants to multitask and accomplish everything within the next month, for example.
Firstly, that's unrealistic.
Yes.
Please plan it out better.
It's better if you focus, because when you focus and do it, you're gonna achieve everything in realistic times.
True.
So for example, we have 4 weeks a month. You have 4 goals. Per week, dedicate for 1 goal.
Yeah.
And you can easily achieve them. So it's planning out better strategically. You will also function well.
Yes.
Your brain will work better.
Yes.
And you will accomplish what you want to accomplish.
Yes. Motivation is seasonal, by the way, but
Of course.
discipline is kind of like a ritual. Okay? And successful people, okay, there's so many studies done. Successful people don't rely on motivation, they rely on routines.
And disciplines.
Yes. Getting to the root of discipline. Okay, it isn't about control. Discipline is not about having exceptional control over yourself. It is about respect for your current self and for your future self. The values that you want to uphold. Okay?
Because you don't want to look back in life. I mean, later on when 5 years down the lane, when you look back and you be like, okay, maybe if I would have taken that decision that day, maybe I was living a better life today.
Yes.
So don't put yourself into that situation. I don't think any one of us want to be like that. So I think the biggest motivation in life, I would say, is you are not where you want to be right now, which you planned earlier.
Yes.
So in your past, you must have planned that maybe 5 years down the lane, I'm gonna have ABC.
Yeah.
But today, 5 years down the lane, already you're living, and you don't have that. Isn't that enough motivation?
I absolutely get that, because I was genuinely just thinking about one thing that I thought that I would have right now. Not the thing, but a place I would be at. When I was back in 10th grade. And I was like, oh, by 2025, I'm gonna be here doing this. And I'm not.
So that's enough motivation, I believe, for you to work harder on that goal.
Yeah.
Because now you know that whatever you did is not working. So change your strategy, change your plan maybe if you want. But don't change the goal.
Goal was being in a different university, but okay. Understanding discipline could be easier done if you use the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. That is such a wonderful book. And in that book, there's this thing that is defined as your identity-based habits. Okay, so it's when you don't just identify as, oh, you want to be a disciplined person, but rather you are a disciplined person. Just like Dia said, turn your wants into needs. You can take it an even step further and you identify as that person. You turn it into a value that is a core belief for you. Because how do you detach yourself from your values? It's going to create cognitive dissonance in your head and not let you function properly until you fix it.
Will.
So cognitive dissonance can easily also be explained as, when a person says that, smoking is not good for their health, but then they continue smoking. So they know that their habit is not good for them, and that kind of creates a sort of cognitive dissonance in their head, not allowing them to fully function at peace. So either they'll have to change their habit or their belief about it. So that is why when you identify as a specific type of person who does XYZ habit as self-discipline, and you don't act that way, your brain is not going to be at peace until you regulate it.
And we all have heard of the 5 W's and all of that, 1 H. But let's cut it short to 3 Y's. So, simple questions. Why do you want this goal? Why does it matter to you? And why does it align with your purpose? So, once you have these 3 questions answered, you are a little more clear. You have a clear mindset, I would say, in terms of how you're going to achieve this goal, because now your whys are cleared. But like, for example, if you're not able to answer these questions well, maybe you're missing out on something. Maybe you need more research, like internally, externally, or something is missing. Basically, you just need to figure out what is missing and then work on the goal.
True.
And a lot of times, we feel like that we are lazy, we're not able to accomplish the goal because of, maybe you can say, you feel low motivated at times. But maybe it's just not, you can't just blame on motivation all the time. Maybe this time it's a you problem. You're disconnected with your whys.
Yeah.
Your 3 whys, your questions are not matching.
You need to connect to your goal to actually find the discipline to show up for your goal every single time.
Because once you have your mind set that I need to accomplish this goal and this really matters to me, it aligns so well with my personality, with my lifestyle, there will be some automatic hit you will get every day to show up, to do it for yourself, for your family, or for whoever the goal you're aligning for.
When you do not have the answers for these whys, your distractions that are there around you, because we all have distractions around us.
Sure.
They become your default. They become your normal. They become your comfort zone. And as long as you're in your comfort zone, you're not getting to where you want to be.
You need to get out of your shell so that you can see the world.
Exactly. So here's the things that we did to build self-discipline. And these are from the book, again, Atomic Habits, which have worked. So the 5-minute rule. This is basically it. This one works best to stop procrastinating. Okay, that is, you do not have to spend 30 minutes on a task. Okay, because that as itself seems sometimes such a big thing that, oh my god, I have so much to do and I have to sit on this for 30 minutes. No, just give it 5 minutes. Just start it for 5 minutes. I promise you, the moment you actually start doing it, the moment you get into it, you will be able to finish those 30 minutes as well. Initially, just set the goal of doing it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and a lot of times, when, again, we spoke about distractions earlier as well, but when you sit to do that goal, again, 5-minute rule as we spoke. For example, if it's more than 5, you set an hour for that goal. You sit with your phone, for example.
Yeah.
One notification, you take the phone to see who is it. Oh, someone from Instagram or some other social media platform. You open it, then you see something else. You tend to click on that. You get distracted as hell. And during breaks, people do that very often, okay, let me take a 5-minute break. I'm just gonna scroll for 5 minutes and get back to whatever you're doing. I think that's the most stupidest thing we do. When you want to take a break, I mean, obviously, take a break. I'm not saying don't take a break. But when you take a break, rather do something like maybe drink water, walk around the house, change, not house, wherever you are, change your environment. Just get up from that area where you're sitting, maybe your study table, your work table, or whatever table, but get up, get out from there. Take some natural air, maybe sunlight if it's morning or night, get some cold air. And if you don't want to get up, just do one thing. Sit where you are, but stare at an empty wall. stare for as long as you can, because then you will think like, oh, this is super boring, but what I'm doing is super
So much interesting, yes.
and it automatically will, like, when you take a break, you look at the wall, 2 minutes, you're tired, you want to get back to whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So this is something I do. It helps me a lot to focus, and I don't get lost in this doom scrolling. Or
That's very good.
So this is, I think, one recommendation we would give you, to stare at the wall.
The next thing you can try is the 3 steps from the book Atomic Habits. That is, make it obvious, make it easy, make it rewarding. So it's basically whatever goal you have, make it super, super obvious. Like, I think one thing I will say, making your bed in the morning. Okay? Make it so obvious. Like, you need to condition your brain, like, why would I not make my bed? Like, hello? Like, the thing we did towards not making our bed is like, oh, I'm gonna sleep in it anyway, so why should I make it? Right? That's so obvious. Okay? Exactly like that. Now do the reverse of it. Making your bed the obvious activity. Like, you slept. Now, what is the point of your bed looking like a mess? You're not sleeping in it. Like, hello?
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna walk in and look like somebody was sleeping in your bed at 3 p.m. Hello? Why does your bed look like that at 3 p.m.?
Yeah.
So just make it when you get up, because the rest of the time you're gonna be busy with other things. Just do it when you get up. Make it easy. Just easily fold it. You don't even have to make it perfect. Just 2 folds.
Just clean bed.
Yeah, 2 folds. And make it rewarding. You make it, you get to make coffee after that. Simple as that. Or if not coffee, whatever else you want to reward it with. Yeah.
Because reinforcement works really well, and especially with humans who always want something. When we are giving something or doing something, we need some sort of recognition or reward.
Yeah.
So positive reinforcement, again, like if you made your bed, you can continue with your routine. The best thing I would suggest is, like, you make like a list, put it on the wall, like in big letters. That first thing in the morning, make bed. Second thing, example, drink water. Third thing, maybe plan the day out.
Yeah.
So, when it's there on the wall or like anywhere on your phone, maybe, or like book, whatever, it's like a reminder, and like, striking things off, ticking things off, is some personal satisfaction.
I swear to God. So, just the strike on your to-do list,
Yeah.
that it's done. Oh,
It's an
satisfaction.
accomplishment.
That is true dopamine to me.
It is.
It is true dopamine. But thank you for reminding me about dopamine. Dopamine detox is so important because in today's world, we all dopamine stack.
For sure.
Okay, and for those who don't know what dopamine stack is basically you take 2 or 3 more stimuli that give you dopamine and you put them on top of each other. Like, a normal human needs a good walk in the sunlight, a good morning walk, a short walk, evening walk, whatever. That itself releases dopamine in your brain. Okay, listening to music also releases dopamine in your head. Playing with pets also releases dopamine in your head. Now, people, what they do is they're having their walk in nature, one level of dopamine. They have music, they're listening
Second
to it,
level.
that's the second dopamine. Okay, they see a pet, they're petting it, that's third dopamine. Or if they want, they'll have their coffee, matcha, whatever on the run. That's like 4 different dopamines. You are overloading your brain with dopamine.
Yeah. And then next time, if you want to just go for a walk,
it's not
you
gonna
can't
be
do
enough. Exactly. It's not gonna have the response it's supposed to have.
Yeah.
So you need a dopamine detox. Like right now itself, me and Dia were having lunch. We were watching our favorite comfort show while that was going on, because we were stacking dopamine. And that's not good, because now I know I cannot eat without a show going on, which is not good.
A lot of people also play music when they study.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I feel like that's like you're conditioning your brain that until and unless something is not going on in the background, you can't focus. Which, often will lead to difficulties basically later on in life. For example, you're in your workspace and you're supposed to like sit over there. You're sharing a room with like multiple peoples, yeah, and you can't just put your headset on and listen to music and work or like
AirPods.
try to do anything. Yeah, I mean whatever, headset, AirPods.
AirPods won't be seen.
No, in the sense like you can't do that if someone's calling you.
Okay, in terms of that, yeah.
Well, let me redo that. So like for example, if you're in your workspace and you really can't focus without like some music in the background, so you put on your headset, your earpods, or whatever source of music you have, and it doesn't really seem nice when someone else is walking in that room and they like try to talk to you, but you're deaf because you're not like listening to them, because you have some sort of music going on. And it creates like a bad impression as well, that
it does.
Oh, this person just is like, you know, with themselves. They don't want to like blend along with the other people in the room and all. So we need to slowly try to reduce that. And like when we don't need any background distractions to focus. Your goal is enough to like, you know, make you focused enough to work.
Yes. Please have a dopamine detox day. Take one day out of your entire week where if you do not fully do your entire dopamine stack detox, but at least as much as you can. So eat without watching anything, walk without any other dopamine stimuli.
Like start slow, but start.
Yeah, exactly. If you like always need your morning coffee, go one day without having your coffee. I do not drink coffee in the morning, in the weekends, because I love my coffee. Coffee is dopamine for me. 2 days a week, I make sure to not have coffee.
We will also put up a post on our Instagram that will mention like the top 5-6 days you should have in your month, like a detox day, like a planner day, an admin day. So do check that out on our Instagram. And I think instead of like a dopamine stack, we should always do like a habit stack.
Absolutely, yes.
That's more, you know, like it makes more sense. Like you have habits stacked upon each other and it works the same way as dopamine works. But in this, you work for the good of it.
Yeah.
And you're going one step closer to your dream.
Yeah. The next thing is time blocking your day. You know, instead of, you know, just having a to-do list, time block the to-do list. Like, you know, from this time to this time, I'll do this task. It's very simple. Just with your to-do list, just add a timer to it. 2 hours for this task, 3 hours for this task. Simple as that.
And we have spoken about time blocking so many times throughout these 3 seasons.
Absolutely.
And it's really simple. Like take up your Google Calendar or your alarms for that example. Just set it and then that's it. You have that much time. Do it or not. It's up to you then. You lose time, you're losing days. You're going one step behind your goal. So you decide what you want to do.
And then digital boundaries as well, you know, especially for your social media app. Set a hourly limit to how much you can...
Oh, like a time limit on
exactly.
the exposure.
Exactly that. And one day try to go without any screens. At least one day you deserve a screen-free day.
Yeah, that's all. And again, before sleeping and after you get up, avoid your phone.
Yeah.
That's the best
I
thing
do
you can
not
do.
use my phone like an entire hour after getting up. I do not touch my phone.
Nowadays I've forgotten that I actually have a phone as well until I don't like receive any call or something. Because I don't know, it's just like it's a nice thing, you know, that you forget that you have a phone.
You're
as
back
well.
into real world.
Yeah. And I think morning prayers are the best, I believe. They really work well.
Yes.
In terms of any religion, of course. I don't know, it just feels nice, you know, like morning, it's a good energy. You start with a positive kick. Like you pray, you feel nice.
I feel like prayer in itself is the greatest form of self-discipline.
It is.
That exists.
It is.
Not prayer, faith.
Of course.
In general.
Oh, for sure.
Faith
Once you have like faith, you have your beliefs, you pray. All 3 of these are like just magic.
True. And it does not have to be in like a specific religion or anything. Faith in terms of faith in universe, faith in the world, faith in yourself.
Exactly.
That in itself will bring in discipline into your body, into your system, because it creates internal accountability. So have faith, either religiously, yourself, in universe, in science, in anything.
And I think like faith, prayers, beliefs are like huge words which no one can force or pressurize you to do.
Yes, absolutely.
Or like believe in again. It's something that comes internally, and I mean, if it comes from within, do it. Don't force yourself, and
Absolutely, I
disrespect your own self and the religion you're practicing. Praying and journaling, I feel, is the best discipline, especially morning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
I
know.
like journaling in the evening more because you can put the entire day down.
People who like to start their day with a journal, like who they plan in the morning. I'm talking like maybe for them. People
I plan
journal
in the morning, I
evening.
dump in the night, like that kind of
Yeah.
journaling I have.
So again, there are types of journalings, but these are all also discipline that you at least following that.
Yeah.
So again, self-discipline is also a form of worship.
True, absolutely.
And discipline is also saying no to the world and yes to the life you were meant to build.
Exactly.
Like
I
just
swear
say
to
no
God.
to every. No is such a short word, like just 2 letters, but it's so difficult for people to say. But once you start learning how to say no to people or like things that don't matter to you or like waste your time, trust me, that's gonna like clear such a big path of your
I
way.
agree.
Like just no, that's it, and you get more time for yourself.
But yes, self-discipline is so much more than just, following a specific routine or something. It is respecting yourself
Yeah.
enough to set boundaries, to keep pushing through, to showing up.
Here's to showing up and living for our dreams and goals every single day.
Another episode down, and you're one step closer to leveling up your life.
Stay true to yourself and connected with us. We'll see you in the next episode.
We've got your back.